the WBO World Heavyweight Champion, soon to be IBF World Heavyweight Champion. 100%. He's coming home. He's coming home to Ireland. He's coming home to New...
Eddie Hearn has shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated heavyweight showdown between Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubois, expressing strong confidence in...
Dubois against Joseph Parker. Eddie Hearn is absolutely adamant that Joseph Parker will beat your man come Saturday. How do you see the fight? I tell you what, Team Parker are so confident, at least from what I've seen. Can we take much from that?
No, he should be confident. I mean, if he's a former world champion, he's done it at all levels, and they've trained hard for the fight, and he's a very good trainer, and they feel they've got the plan to beat the man, and we will see on the night. But so's Daniel, very confident. He's in a good place, and his team feel
Parker's ability to outmaneuver his younger opponent.
The physique of Dubois, he's not bigger than Shane. He's not as fast as well. So Joe's faced all these things that Dubois has, but not to the same extent. You know what I mean? That's the great thing for Joe, that he's been in there with these big punches, he's been in there with these speedsters, he's been in there with southpaws. All of them probably do what Dubois does, but to a better extent. That's where his experience comes into.
According to Hearn, the New Zealand fighter is in the perfect mental and physical state to secure a victory in what promises to be an electrifying contest. While acknowledging Dubois' power and recent rise in the heavyweight division, Hearn believes Parker's experience, mindset, and timing will be the key factors that lead him to victory.
I just think that Joe has got the mentality and the timing of where he's at right now in his life to win this fight. And I love Joe. And I think he's...
The heavyweight division has been a battleground of rising stars and seasoned warriors.
Joseph Parker, what a fight that is. Joseph Parker probably goes in a 48 to 52% underdog in that one, but Parker's fancying this, man. He's put on size, you know, he looks very athletic with that size as well, and he said, you know, Daniel Dubois is going to start fast. They're going to expect me to start on the back foot. Well, guess what? I'm meeting him head on. Fire meets fire, and that's what we're going to get there. He's really up for this. The team are really up for it and all, as is Daniel.
With both Parker and Dubois carving their own paths to this crucial moment.
No matter if they're punchers or not, when you have a great game plan, when you've done all the work, you took all the boxes, you've done everything there is to be the best prepared you can be, we have no fear. When I say we, it's a team effort. I'm the only one in the ring, but there's so many people involved to get me to this point. No fear.
Dubois, fresh off an incredible win against Anthony Joshua in September, has solidified his status as a serious contender in the division.
Dubois is a wrecking ball right now. If Parker can weather an early storm, could be a very dangerous fight for Dubois, but I just think Dubois will get a stoppage round 6 to 8, and I'm pinning it to those fight, but I just think he's like an Exocet missile. He's going for victory. Dubois by knockout.
Yep, there's another fight where you go 52-48 in favour of Daniel Dubois. You just leave.
His explosive knockout power and relentless aggression make him a dangerous adversary for anyone stepping into the ring with him. However, Parker...
I think this is a truly 50-50 fight, and I like both of these fighters. I think if I have to say something, I'll tell Dubois to come there and don't be overlooking.
Who has been enjoying a resurgence in his career under the guidance of trainer Andy Lee, has also been making waves with his recent performances. His victories over Deontay Wilder and Zhang Jilei.
Parker, Daniel Dubois aside, is the most informed heavyweight in the world.
Yeah, both of them in great form, to be fair, yeah.
If anything, I think actually Joseph Parker is in better form than Daniel Dubois, because that spree of fights of Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, great.
Let's just look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, because Zhilei Zhang was undefeated, in my opinion, until he faced Joseph Parker.
He's becoming a bit of a giant killer, Joseph Parker, really, isn't he?
He really has, and I've got to give
Daniel Dubois next on the list for him, yeah.
It's a potential, potentially. I just got to...
have demonstrated his ability to stand toe-to-toe with some of the biggest names in boxing and emerge victorious.
It's a great fight. I think it's one of them, which one do you want to pick? But these are the type of fights we all want to see, so I think it's a good fight. Definitely going to be watching it, and I think...
Hearn sees Parker's resurgence as a sign that he is at his peak, both mentally and physically. The British promoter has emphasized that Parker's recent string of victories isn't just a matter of luck or circumstance.
So he's had one defence already, and he could easily have been allowed a sort of softer, second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously, one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible. So I'm really excited about it.
But a reflection of his evolving skill set and mental fortitude.
If you need to be honest about it, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe's last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their job.
While Dubois is seen as a hungry young lion looking to make a name for himself, Parker is coming into this fight with a renewed sense of purpose.
Oh, he is. I mean, he's a top-class operator in all aspects, both in the ring and outside of the ring. And so you find yourself in a situation when you listen to Joseph Parker that there's not a lot of trash talking that goes on. He can have a go, and he did the other day in the face-off when he had a little bit back and forward with Daniel Dubois with Adi Oladipo on his own. But most of the time you get sensible conversation about him. He's very respectful. He's also a very good fighter. I just think that Daniel Dubois is going to be a step too far for him. I don't think it's a formality, but I do think that Daniel will win, and I do think that...
And an understanding of what it takes to win at the highest level. One of the critical aspects of this matchup, according to Hearn, is Parker's timing.
Knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of 2 humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't lift himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Parker got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you, but he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight. Good matchup. We're seeing a guy who actually...
In boxing, timing can often be more crucial than speed or power. And Parker has shown in his recent fights that he...
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like, obviously Dubois hits hard. He's come from like more, stepped up. But then also Parker as well. Like they've both come along and they've both like been in big fights. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who gets the...
He has refined his ability to read his opponents and counter effectively. His performance against Wilder was a testament to his ability to remain composed under pressure and execute a well-thought-out strategy.
That's a tough fight, man. This is the fight. Credit to Daniel. Daniel just fight. He just said, if you want to go now, we can go. That's it. That's what he said. If you want to go, we can go. Bring him on. Daniel is doing amazing at the minute, man. Tough fight. He's not having no easy fight.
Against a fighter like Dubois, who relies heavily on his explosiveness, Parker's ability to anticipate and counter could be the defining factor in the fight.
That's my opinion. I think Daniel Dubois, it will be in the so Parker will take over. And
beyond the technical aspects, Hearn also highlighted...
What do you think that Parker can do to take advantage, perhaps maybe of Dubois' overconfidence coming into this fight? What do you think that he could do to mentally prepare so he could take that win? And
well, I don't think he's overconfident, man. All this press conference, all this this is a talk. This is for you guys. They're fighters. They're world champions. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. Don't let these words fool you. They win world titles for a reason, and Parker's been there too. I feel like this fight we're going to be the best. We're going to see the best version of both of them. So
Parker's mental strength has a decisive edge over Dubois. Parker has been in high-pressure fights before, having faced the likes of Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr., and Dillian White. These experiences have shaped him into a fighter who knows how to handle the biggest stages.
I think Joseph Parker has what it takes to beat Dubois. He's got the speed, footwork. Just as long as he doesn't, stay in there and get caught up in Dubois' fight, I think he's got what it takes to, get those.
And the toughest opponents. Dubois, on the other hand, is still in the process of proving himself against elite competition. While his victory over Joshua was impressive, the question remains whether he can replicate that success against a fighter as seasoned and strategic as Parker.
Being known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter. I'm missing that. You go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. Well, I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting. He's a bit chinny out. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergovich, walked through Miller.
Hearn also praised Dubois' potential, describing him as a charismatic and determined fighter with a bright future ahead. However, he made it clear that at this moment, he sees Parker as the one with the right mentality and skill set to prevail. Hearn pointed out that Parker's camp.
Good question. It's probably, you're looking at a multi-layered fighter when it comes to Parker. I think you're going to have to, Dubois is going to have to show us something that we may not have seen in him. We know he's got this reputation as an explosive, bulky type of fighter who can create highlight reel knockouts. But I think he's going to have to show some of the IQ, if there is any, there. And that's going to expose whether there is any or not. And if he's able to beat Parker because he's going to have to show this IQ in this fight, then we're going to be able to check off another one of the boxes in terms of how we rate Dubois and say, okay, he's even higher and even better level than we've given him credit so far. It's another one of those check marks that you can say, okay, he's got this too. You know what I'm saying? Right now, as far as a high IQ fighter he faced, it was Usyk.
Led by Andy Lee, has been meticulously preparing him for this fight, ensuring that every aspect of his game is sharpened to perfection. The preparation, combined with Parker's experience and mental toughness, makes him a formidable challenge for Dubois.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hergovich. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live. And I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is. And the way he took those fights apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's going to have more confidence. So, yeah, I think I got Dubois good in that fight.
The setting for this battle, taking place in Riyadh, adds another layer of excitement to the event. The city has become a major hub for high-profile boxing matches, drawing global attention to its rapidly growing fight scene. With both fighters in top form, the bout is expected to be an intense, action-packed contest that could have major implications for the heavyweight division's.
I got Parker. Daniel Dubois, he just can't really get right. He has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Art is kind of questionable. But I don't think skill-wise he can mess with Parker. I think Parker be too much for him. I think Parker be too much from
future. As fight night approaches, the boxing world remains divided on who will emerge victorious. Dubois' youth and power make him a formidable threat, but Parker's experience, timing, and mental resilience could prove to be the deciding factors. For Hearn, the choice is clear. Parker has all the necessary tools to execute a smart, strategic fight and come out on top. Whether or not his prediction holds true remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, this is a fight that fans won't want to miss.